Hello. I noticed some people were having trouble with Heroic Maexxna, the last boss in the Arachnid quarter of Naxxramas. So I built this really simple deck, which has a lot of common cards that you don't even need to open packs for, and the cards that are rare are Arcane Golem, Bite, and Leroy. You don't really need these cards. I would recommend at least an Arcane Golem, but Bite is sort of optional. The basic premise of this deck is that you use cards like Voodoo Doctor, Earthen Ring Farseer, Healing Touch to keep your life total up, while you're letting small minions from Maexxna take you down, and then in the meantime you use cards like Wolf Rider or Arcane Golem to do damage. So we're going to go into Maexxna and show you how it's done. Okay, here we are at the mulligan screen. Basically, the only cards you really want are your healing cards. You don't really need the damaging cards very much. But basically, what I really want is poison seeds. And I don't need it right away, but having it will be helpful. So in an effort to keep my life total up, there's poison seeds. I really needed this card. Okay, so to keep my life total up, I'm just going to use this claw and go to the face. Basically, I just use this card for armor. The damage helps, sort of, but it's really not that important. So it's very important here that he spawns more haunted creepers. You need 4 of them on the board, and if there aren't 4, then you can't really do anything. You have to restart. You'll see why later. Alright, so here I'm going to hero power instead of clawing, because I can always do an extra claw one turn when I have another mana, but I can't always do an extra shapeshift. So basically, whenever you have enough mana to do a shapeshift, you should do it. And unless you're going to die, of course. Alright. Now that he has 4, I'm not going to use poison seeds right away. First of all, I don't have the mana. I'm just going to heal myself and pass the turn, and Maexxna is going to give me back this card. I'm not going to use poison seeds next turn, because I'm only taking 4 damage this turn. So, I mean, next turn I'm going to be taking 4 plus 3 is 7, as opposed to using poison seeds, having him have 7 1/1s on the board, and me not having the ability to heal. So I'm going to heal up, and I'm going to use Claw, just for that extra armor like we said before. And we're just going to keep stalling the game out until we get our desired cards. Now once the board starts to get out of control, he's going to play something like a Dire Wolf, right? The board's going to get a little out of control, I'm going to be taking a little too much damage, and I'm going to be forced to use Poison Seeds. Now you might be saying, well, why would you use Poison Seeds? That card's no good, it replaces them with 2/2 Tree Ants, and that's not what I want. Well, look what happens. The Death Rattle, the Haunted Creepers, actually summon these 1/1 Spectral Spiders, and that's, now his board's full, and he can't do anything as long as I don't play more than 2 minions a turn. I can just keep healing myself, and I'll be perfectly fine. So, I'm going to be, it is true that I'm going to be taking 7 damage a turn, but right now, I have the potential to kill myself for 5 per turn, and an extra hero power, that's 6, so I'm going to be losing a 1 life per turn, which isn't that bad. And, well, actually, it's more efficient to use the hero power because then I get an extra damage. So I'm going to heal myself and hero power. I could use 2 Earthen Rings, but that would only heal me for 6 and not let me do 1 damage. So you just have to think it through, like, what's the most efficient way. Because obviously when you play this deck, it's not going to be the exact same cards you get. So I healed myself for 6, and I'm going to go down 7 and go back up 6. And basically, once I start having that extra mana, and my life total is more stabilized, I can start using my charging cards. I don't really want to use Wolf Rider. That was more like something if you want to deal with something like a Shade of Naxxramas to hold off on a little damage, but really that card's pretty useless by now. So I'm gonna heal myself here, and we're gonna start going. Actually, Okay, we're going to start going for some damage. I don't care about giving him um, some extra, what do you call these things? Mana crystals. Because he's not going to play any cards anyway, right? He's just going to use this Hero Wrap, which is set on autocast, and it's whatever. I'm going to be taking some more damage. My life total is starting to go down, so what I'm going to have to start doing is fishing for those cards with healing ability. So Bite is an example of one of them. But for now, because this is probably the most mana efficient play, I'm going to go Earthen Ring, Shapeshift. That's going to heal me up for 7 and negate any damage that I'm going to take. So right now I'm really set. I could spend another 34 turns doing this. Except the only problem is we're going to start fatiguing and he's going to have more life total than me, which isn't what I want. So we're going to have to chip him down just a little. And again, you have to think about what is the most mana efficient play. And I might miss out on a few mana efficient plays every now and then. But as long as you get the sort of basis to it, I want to be using everything that I can whenever I can. I'm just doing this for the heck of it. Really, it doesn't really matter. I'm definitely not going to swipe, because once I swipe, he's going to start playing these big cards, and I'm not going to be able to deal with it. Swipe is a great last resort if you find that you're not drawing into your healing cards and you just need to clear the board or whatever. Alright, so we just keep taking this damage. Basically, we're just going to keep healing up. Cards like Mark of the Nature are going to let me do a little extra damage. Same with Mark of the Wild. Now here I have 10... Actually, I have 3, 6... I have 9 cards, so I don't need to worry about discarding a cards, because I would like to draw into Leroy, if it's a card you have. But basically, I just want to dump my mana. Gonna drop an Arcane Golem, an Earthen Ring, give this Taunt. It's just for the extra damage, really. Shapeshift. Basically, keep your life total up, deal some damage, get the cards back, that's all you really need. And we are pretty much set by now. So the basic thing in this deck is that you get Poison Seeds by turn 4 or 5. He plays 4 Haunted Creepers, you use the Poison Seeds, and basically he's powerless to do anything. He's going to start drawing into cards with a full hand, and he's not going to be able to do anything. And we're just going to win. So I'm going to go heal myself, play Arcane Golem, give it some attack. Maexxna is going to keep taking damage. I'm going to keep my life total nice and comfortable. You know, I'm taking 7 damage a turn, you know. It's not that great. But once I get the healing touches or an extra claw or something like that, I'll really be secure. And as long as I'm careful that I don't really use all my stuff, I should be set. And so we can start checking for lethal, you know. I can do a 4 damage swipe. I can play these 2 for 8 damage. That's only 12 damage, so I guess I can hold off on some turns. I'm just going to heal myself back up. I know he's only going to deal... Actually, he might have something like a Frostbolt. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember this guy. So I'm just going to heal up, play it safe, wait until I get another healing card. But I especially don't want to use my leftover mana on these cards like Voodoo Doctor, because then he's going to trade into them and he's going to get these bigger minions out on the board, and that's not at all what I want. He's going to attack in. I'm going to take 7 damage. I'm going to go back down to 7 life. And basically I can just keep doing this. I can actually do this for a couple more turns until... Okay, well, actually this is what I needed. So I can simultaneously heal and play my Arcane Golems. Now he's going to go down to 2. And we're going to be set for winning next turn. Technically, I could have healed, but I'm not really afraid of anything, because I know that he can only deal 7 damage. Even if he has a Frostbolt, he's going to need 2 of them. I don't think Maexxna even runs Frostbolt, so I should be pretty set. This is overall a pretty easy win. I didn't need Leroy. If I was more patient and I drew into my healing touches, I could have definitely used stuff like Wolf Rider and just taken it a lot more slowly. But now we're just going to go in for the win, nice and easy. I was never really in danger. I could keep using my earthen rings and my voodoo doctors to keep my life total up. And if I ever needed to hit the panic button, I had the swipe to do a to turn this like gimmicky type deck into an actual fighting deck. Okay, so that's how you beat Maexxna. Pretty much easy mode. You don't really need any cards. Just make sure you get the cards from the class challenge of Druid, and you should be fine with this deck. A lot of the cards here aren't even that useful, like Moonfire, I didn't need it, or Innervate, I didn't need it, Stonepus Boar. A lot of the stuff here really didn't come into play. But if that helped you, then awesome. I just wanted to make this quick video to show you how to beat Maexxna really easily.